Welcome to the Warren Buffett podcast with Matthew Warren-Katz and Steve Buffett. Steve, how are you? How was your Thanksgiving?
Hey everybody, Steve here. Thanksgiving wasn't bad, Got to spend it alone, away from family, and if you're not thankful for that, I don't know what you're thankful for.
As you know from the last episode, I was getting a COVID test last week. I got 2 COVID tests. They were both negative, and I decided to go see my parents, who have been at home for a month straight, so pretty sure we're not passing on a deadly communicable disease. Be nice. Steve and I are in the same room today due to my negative COVID test, and Steve has been alone for many days, so we're all very safe. And I actually wanted to talk about the heroes during this COVID pandemic, the doctors.
Here we go.
I don't think we need to really be calling the doctors heroes. Like, sure, the nurses, yeah, they get like 50, 60 grand, they're risking their lives. That's pretty, maybe not heroic, but you're a good person, You're not a hero, you're a good person. Like, you still, it's still your job. You didn't, sign up when you heard about COVID. But these doctors, they can make $500,000, $1 million a year. That's not how the hero's journey ends. You don't end the hero's journey on a yacht, okay? You're not Putin. You don't get to just do that. If they made $50K a year like the nurses, I'd say, oh my God, this is amazing. These people are fantastic. But they're driving Porsches, okay? The nurses don't have PPE. The doctors are in a hermetically sealed Porsche eating a casserole with lobster in it. I don't know. I think people kind of say, the doctors, the nurses, they're just, they're on the front lines of this corrupt system. And that's something. The healthcare, pharmaceutical, insurance, very corrupt. But the doctors and the nurses are so great, even though they are the agents of reinforcement for those systems. So we're kind of saying, they're heroes, blah, blah, blah. This is the one corrupt system where the people in it they're the best. Think about other corrupt systems where the people on the ground we don't call heroes anymore, like the police.
Yeah, we stopped doing that a while ago, didn't we?
We did. Lawyers, too, the corrupt law system, and then the lawyers are supposed to be the agents of change there, and we're not calling them heroes. We don't do that.
Nope.
I actually pulled up some articles here about nurses and doctors who became serial killers.
Okay.
And I wanted to sort of explain how maybe this is a case where, a few bad apples spoiled a bunch, too, with doctors. Right?
I'm listening.
I'm using the right logic. This is what I was told. I'm canceling all doctors. This is an article from People, published in 2020, January 22nd, 2020. Doctors and nurses who kill. A gallery of doctors and nurses who killed their patients or others. Are you kidding? So this is on People, Thought Catalog, Doctor Killers, 8 physicians who murdered their patients. And then we've got on Ranker a ranked list of the 18 best serial killer nurses. Just nurses, specifically nurses. And I gotta say, it is a diverse group. It is like 50-50 men and women. It's very impressive. So, this is why I was gonna say, we gotta stop. I'm fine if we don't call cops heroes. I just think we should also stop calling doctors heroes.
All right, here's my take on this. First of all, using Thought Catalog, I don't know how much credence I want to give to some Stephanie that goes to NYU and is a sophomore in creative writing. That's my first take. But second take, let's say we pay doctors the same amount as nurses. I just don't know how comfortable I'm going to feel for someone, managing my medical care who's getting paid like $40,000, $50,000 a year. I feel like they're not going to give a fuck whether I live or die at that point.
No, I want them worried they're going to get fired. I don't want them going, I'll live in my savings for a couple years. I'll drive my yacht. I'll sell my yacht. You know what I'm saying?
What about every patient that dies under their care, they lose a toe? But they still get the Porsche. How's that sound?
I'm for it.
Okay. That's called compromise, ladies and gentlemen.
We have done it. We're solving problems here.
I mean, yeah, of course. That's why we made this podcast. My second point is, or maybe my third. I don't know. I'm drunk. My point is also, I think the real heroes, during all of this are the people working at CVS, making sure that I can still get, whatever I need. Whether it's my Gatorade after a bender by myself on Thanksgiving, or the cat food I need because I threw up into the other bag of cat food during Thanksgiving after the bender. They're the real heroes who can make sure that I'm checking out, and they should be paid in Porsches and keep all their fingers and toes.
Well, I think they're going to be the next set of heroes. You know where you're going to get the vaccine? Walgreens, CVS. You're going to go in and someone getting paid minimum wage is going to stick a needle in your arm, and you're gonna like it, frankly.
We're gonna need to arm them if that's gonna be the case. We've all seen what happens on Black Friday. All of these people need to be armed if they're gonna be giving out vaccines.
They need to be armed to the teeth. I think that they should be given the Gates gun. It's a Bill Gates sponsored gun from the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation. You can 3D print it. Child soldiers in Africa are using them to produce the vaccine.
Now that
the bullet actually can shoot it into you also. Oh man,
I think that's a nice segue though into our second topic here on the Second Amendment. What do you think?
I think, why don't you give an overview of the Second Amendment? You're much more of a constitutional scholar than I.
I mean, yeah, that's very clear. The Second Amendment is basically a guarantee that you can keep a gun in order to form a militia to protect against a tyrannical government. I think this goes hand in hand with the First Amendment here, and that if you can say whatever the fuck you want, you should probably be able to back it up with a gun, right?
Yes.
So is that a pretty good overview?
That sounds fair to me.
All right, cool. So here's my take with that, right? In considering, arming CVS and Walgreens employees, there's some things that we need to think about with the Second Amendment. And it's kind of that the whole purpose of it, which was, to protect against a government that's going to basically fuck up your rights, is that may have worked in, 1770 whatever when sure, allegedly, when all of this was coming together, but I don't know how useful it is now to give everybody an AR-15. I just don't think it's going to work super well. I don't care how many Texans you put together with AR-15s. If the U.S. government, if the Department of Defense has a bunch of Patriot missiles, do you know what defends against a Patriot missile? Fucking nothing, man. So I think we got, a real big problem with the Second Amendment.
I think that the problem that you're identifying is that it's not expansive enough. How am I supposed to compete with a Patriot missile if I cannot have mortars, rocket launchers, my own Patriot missile, and nuclear silo ever converted to be functional? How can I defend against the government without that? Is that what you're saying?
That's the opposite of what I was saying, but I'm gonna hear you out. What do you got?
So you're saying, okay, so it's not that we need to expand the Second Amendment, we need like a Third Amendment or something for these weapons. Is that what you're getting at?
A Third Amendment?
I don't know. You're the Constitution guy.
I mean... Yeah, I don't know what amendment we're on, but yeah.
69th?
60.
I think we need to keep making amendments so that the 420th Amendment can legalize all drugs.
Brilliant. No, my take is I think it's just kind of ridiculous. You got all these people who are like, all right, we got to arm ourselves. It's all right. We can do whatever we want. I need a pistol. I need a bazooka. And it's the whole purpose was to defend against a government that could take away our rights. But if you ask the framers right now, if you showed them like our nuclear arsenal and you were like, all right, who wants a gun? They'd be like, you know what? I think we've lost kind of the way here, and if that means giving everybody, their own nuclear weapon and kind of really saying, all right, we're going to take this assured, mutual destruction to the nth degree, or it means, let's just give up on the Second Amendment. We got to pick one, because this whole idea of we can do whatever we want with all the guns that we want is just kind of ridiculous to me. Unless it means protecting the CVS workers who I desperately need to be protected and armed.
What if so the way that the nuclear launch codes work, I think two people have to turn their keys, right?
Yeah, I've seen the movies.
What if every American in their home had one of these keys and an ignition, and we all had to agree to do it? What if that was, we could all turn the key to bomb the White House or something, like whatever. I don't know how the revolution works. Okay, I'm not an AMCAP. I'm not a lefty person. I don't fucking know. I don't know how the revolution works. I assume it involves everyone uprising together, and I think the only way to do that is to give everyone the nuclear launch codes.
Could you imagine, if like 99.9% of the population was on board and then one guy was just like away on vacation?
I'm just like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Where the fuck is Jeff?
He's in Ibiza on Molly. I hate that guy. I wish we could just nuke him.
And they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy, man. But anyway, that's my take on the Second Amendment.
I mean, that's I like how Thanksgiving really got people kind of up in arms about the right to bear arms. They're like, we're gonna get our guns. You can't take my family from me. If you come to my house to tell me to not have a Thanksgiving, I'm gonna blow your head off. I think that's an overreaction. Do you really like your family that much? You're willing to... You can't sit one out? You're gonna kill a social worker that they sent after they defunded the police because you're trying to have a Thanksgiving?
Are we arming those social workers or not? I forgot.
RPGs only.
They all wear suicide vests.
They have hand grenades, actually. Like, once they finish the assessment, they either pull the pin and leave, or they just, call in back up to shoot them.
That'd be funny if they were given, like, a RoboCop type setup, and they were just, like, armed to the teeth, and they were just, like, fully bionic.
That would be awesome. Or, like, a Terminator, or, like, a Go-Go Gadget, really. I think that if, all right, hear me out. So... We get the bionic one for, like, the police, okay? And then the state military, they get to be Terminators. Right. And the social workers are, like, Mr. Inspector Gadget. I think that makes sense. You have to balance the power.
Just doofy Matthew Broderick types. I like it.
Go Gadget Zoloft. Boom!
And then, you bring in the state police. How is your mental health?
Liquid metal. But, so, I don't know, I don't think that Thanksgiving is worth it for that kind of tyranny, to get, killed by a bionic social worker. I don't think that makes sense. When I was at Thanksgiving, we were talking about my grandfather being in a nursing home. My grandfather is a 97-year-old Holocaust survivor.
Checks out.
And my dad was saying... like, yeah, he doesn't really like it there. He wants out. And I was like, of the nursing home? Or in general? He's 97.
Yeah.
What's there left to do? He's sent everything back on the deli menu at this point. It's all been done. He's in a nursing home facility, survived the Holocaust, and he's the biggest complainer, which you wouldn't imagine. You would think that he'd be like, this one facility I was at, the treatment there. But no, we're getting mad about some nursing home in Long Grove because the lady got water on his head in the shower. Like, it's just, it's a little ridiculous.
He's not writing any books, is what you're saying? Like, there's no inspirational, like, search for meaning out of your grandfather?
No, he's pretty much kind of losing it at this point. Like, he's probably going to become, like, a Holocaust denier or something. Like, I don't remember it.
Never happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Nazis used to be a lot scarier than they were. Like, remember American History X?
Oh, yeah.
That dude's horrifying. He's huge. He's jacked. He's fucking scary. Now it's, like, kids on 4chan. It's, like, rednecks with Confederate flags, and they don't really get what they're doing. Like, they're not scary anymore. They're a bunch of fucking losers now. Yeah.
They're just kind of dumb. Yeah, they're not as intimidating when they can't, just, like, systematically kill people.
No. They really lost a lot of their sting with that. I feel like a lot of them don't even realize that, like, the Bible is just, like, Judaism plus. It's...
Yeah, can we all agree that the Old Testament was the best testament, and then everything after that has just been, like, an appendix?
Derivative.
It's like fan fiction, It's like the New Testament. It's just like, oh, what about this guy? And every Jew was like, all right, guys, come on.
They were like, we got a thing going here.
Let's just stick to what we know.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, okay, we believe in this guy. All right, we have figured it out. You guys can just go bank forever like idiots.
And the Jews were like, okay, we're going to do that. Good luck.
Yeah. I think we're coming to the end of China not being the dominant economic powerhouse in the world. The last 200 years are kind of closing in on us. We're getting back to us all fighting for iron to buy textiles and salt and shit.
Can I just take a moment and say that we're both Jewish and we're not disparaging the Jews here, outside of it. We're self-disparaging Jews. All right, back to China.
Yeah, I think that was clear from my grandfather being a Holocaust survivor.
You never know.
Okay, fair enough. We can't get canceled. We're Jewish. I'm bisexual. I have the power.
We're cancel-proof.
I can unite anyone, really, if you think about it. Because I'm bisexual, I can talk to the left. I'm white, I can talk to people on the right. And then, when I figured out what everybody wants, I can take it to the big guys, the Jews. We can get it all sorted out. So I was looking up at what QAnon's been up to during the election, because I find it fascinating how stupid these people can be. For those of you who don't know what QAnon is, it's the radical idea that there's a global pedophile network run by the Democrats, and Donald Trump is working behind the scenes to bring about what they call the storm, which will be a day where everything goes black. The military police will come into every town in America, and possibly the world, is really not clear to me, and they're going to shut everything down. Everything will be dark, and then at the end of the third day of this, while they're going to be rounding up all the pedophiles, okay, and they have sealed indictments for the pedophiles, which I don't really know why you need an indictment when you're using the military. I don't know. So they're going to do this, and at the end of the third day, Trump, I think, is going to come on TV, or he's going to, do a Twitter live stream. I don't really remember the specifics there, but then he's going to basically be like, I did it. Also, here's Jesus, and the pedophiles are all dead. And that's the plan of Q. And what's so kind of genius about it is that it ties up so many other conspiracy theories into it, so it really hooks people in. Because if you, some of the things in the conspiracy world are, pretty true, like Bohemian Grove is fucking insane, and it's real. COINTELPRO, MK Ultra, the CIA has a heart attack gun. All these things are true, there's evidence of it, you can Google it, and it's true. I'm not kidding, you can look these up. But then, there's people who are like, and then, when you look at that, if you zoom in on the Israeli flag, you'll see a Star of David. The Jews run Israel. And it's like, you guys don't really know what's going on. So I wanted to show you a little bit of what Q people have been up to. I think that they're ending. I think that they're kind of coming to an end on this, and a lot of people are waking up, which is really funny because they called the whole thing the Great Awakening. And now they're all coming out of this fog. Do you want to hear what some of them have said last night?
Let's hear it.
All right, I took these screenshots, and I'll put these in the video, too, for anybody listening. You can check out these screenshots. This person said, so QMap.pub isn't publishing election policies anymore. Where do we go for the info dumps from Q? Is he gone? I've been out of the loop ever since Spim iPod got banned. No idea what that is. Any help is appreciated, soldiers. Much love and stay strong. Is he gone? Yeah. He's not doing this anymore. This is fucking bullshit. You guys are not getting it? It's some dude in the Philippines, right?
Probably, or Somalia, or just pick a country, really. It's probably Xi Jinping, honestly. I think he was bored and he's like, hey, check this out.
Well, so there's a little bit on that here. So this person said, so there are some people who are still in, though. This person said, 14 days since last update. Silence is golden. As we all know, every 3-letter agency has been on the boards. Panic is so obvious at this point. What a great movie this is. Going to need more popcorn emoji. That's exactly what it is to them. It's a movie. It's a movie. And the finale, the ending is either going to be insane or it's done.
Yep, that's how I see it too. I don't understand. I feel like anybody could make a conspiracy theory, and some, large swath of the population might buy into it, depending on what they view as their education, contrary to the whatever you make up. I think we should just make up a conspiracy theory, on this podcast and see what kind of traction it gets, in a year.
We'll call it R-Anon, one after Q.
The second coming.
We just talk about programming in R. So this is the latest post from Q, the person who behind the thing, which also is a very insecure login and is constantly hacked into. So who knows who any of this shit is. This one says in it, trust the plan, which they always say. This one says, steal in progress. Where is China? Think tangibly. Patriots prepare final assault. Trust Russia? Question mark? It literally says to trust Russia.
This sounds like a bad fortune cookie.
It is. I think, so I want to, here's one more thing. Like, a lot of people are probably like, well, why are you making fun of this? Maybe there's something to all of it. No, there's not. Listen to this one. Since Q has gone dark and it's past the 10 days of darkness, because that's what he said, it'd be 10 days, I guess. Now he thought this was it. He thought they were in the middle of it. He's like, well, so now that we're on day 11, I was hoping we could wrap this up. It takes a while to get the pedophiles, guys. Does this mean Q is having the Patriots rise up without doing a single thing at this point? This one's my favorite, though. Did Q accomplish the final move of his or her part? I like how it's gender inclusive. His or her. We don't know who Q is. Could be a woman.
It's so 2020.
And then this part here is my favorite. If this was one massive psyop by the left, I'm gonna be pissed. I got news for you. It wasn't even a psyop. It was just some guy in the Philippines who runs 8kun and is a pedophile, a convicted pedophile.
That's my take, actually. I honestly think that this was started by a pedophile to, throw the authorities off their tracks.
It was. The guy who runs 8kun moved to the Philippines because of child pornography charges because of his previous website.
So here's my next take, though. That was really just a calling card for every hidden pedophile in the U.S. Anyone who follows Q, I suspect, may be a pedophile. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Q.
I think the best way to explain... So, I would love to prove it, okay? I think that we're going to need to use Q's own methods against them. Okay. I would like to show you just the level of insanity that these Q people have. So, they believe in numerology, which is... I think the way it works is that you take words, and then you take the letter of the word, and you assign it to a number for its position in the alphabet, and then you add all of the numbers together, and then you keep adding them until they get reduced to a single number or something like that.
It's a hard science.
Yeah, it is. That's what this post goes on to say. So this is a post of someone decoding a previous Q drop. It is truly astounding the level of schizophrenia that the internet just allows to show up. So here we go. This message says, Patriots, Q4951, Q4952 are a 3-part series that includes POTUS tweets. So those numbers are the post number on the thread. The way that the website works is every post gets a unique number, and these two came in a row from QZ. So this Patriot goes on to say, we will need our normal tools, the Holy Bible, gematria, and our basic math skills. I don't know what gematria is. I looked it up ahead of this. It's numerology. This is a very advanced technique. Since we are later in the game, let's walk. Remember that this is biblical. Okay, so... we're finally getting there. This one, so the first thing that he did was miscopied the number. So they tried to take the post 4952 and then accidentally used 4946 and based the entire rest of this argument off of that.
Well, let's hear them out.
So they added up the first two. 4 plus 9 is 13, which stands for evil somehow. And then you have 4 plus 6, which is 10, which is 1 plus 0, which is 1. So that translates to Satan from God. Okay. Now, let's look at the date. So the date this was posted apparently matters. They're saying November 12th, let's add that up, 138. 1 plus 3 plus 8 is 12, plus 1 plus 2 is 3. So now we have Satan from God. Subject, Trinity.
I like how we're sending emails.
I like it. Yeah, it's an email. There's a subject line. Subject forward from God. Dear Trump. Like, what the hell?
Holy shit.
So now we're going to take the year. We're going to type out 2020, but we're going to spell it out 2020. Even though it was a number, we're going to convert the number 2 words because, you know. So then they're going to add all of those together, and then they get to 9. And so now, to Satan, from God, subject, Trinity, CC, the cult of Saturn. They're CCing people. God, so this is a message from God. God is like, is the cult of Saturn his manager? Why is he CCing them? Is he trying to get them to do something? It's amazing. Is there time on the calendar? So this is pretty incredible. All right. So, I mean, really, this just keeps going on. It just keeps getting more and more and more crazy, and they keep forgetting things that they wrote about and, like, excluding it from the new version, which is amazing. So the final message ends up being to Satan, from God, CC, cult of Satan, not Saturn. He spelled Satan wrong. CC, the cult of Satan, just to keep him on his toes. Matter, Trinity, Genesis 1 and 2, Infinity, subject, Obama Infinity.
I'm glad they got an Obama in there.
And then this guy's like, thanks for reading part 2 coming up, Q God wins. What the fuck is this?
So, remember when I was talking about how the Second Amendment is a defense of the First Amendment?
Yeah.
Maybe we should just do away with both.
I mean, I think the mental gymnastics that these people go through is truly astounding. Mental gymnastics, the concept where, something doesn't make sense, you have cognitive dissonance, and to make it make sense, you use what they call mental gymnastics. You, like, jump your ideas around to make it make sense for you.
Yeah. Now, I'm familiar with that concept.
In psychology, it's referred to as Heider's balance theory, but on the internet, mental gymnastics has a lot more sting. And I don't know how these people do mental gymnastics. I imagine it's a pretty intense routine, right? I mean, you just read what they did there. But think about the thought process that goes into writing that. The mental gymnastics needed is amazing. Like, these people probably, they start the routine off on the pommel horse of the mind, okay? They're spinning around, bah, bah, boom, doing all of this crazy mental gymnastics shit. They're on the pommel horse, and they come out and they spin around and they go, Kyle Rittenhouse bought his AR-15 with a stimulus check, so it's kind of like socialism killed them. Boom, bam, bow! We're running around. We're getting the crowd going. We're getting the mental gymnastics up. We're going to head over to the uneven parallel bars. I'm going to make an unfair parallel to another situation. The Nazis wanted to take everyone's guns. Boom, bam, boo! We are on a roll here. We got to keep the crowd moving. Got to keep it going. Head over to the balance beam where I make a fair and balanced argument. There are secret pedophile rings. Look at Epstein and what we learned about him. Maybe there's something to this Q fella. Boom, bam, shaboom! We're gonna take down the pedophiles. We're making it all happen. I gotta finish the routine. I gotta keep everyone going. I gotta wind it together. I gotta make it all together. I gotta do a solo routine on the mat. Just me and the mat. No equipment. I'm getting out there. I'm doing my backflips. I'm backflipping. I'm spinning around. Someone throws me an AR-15. I shoot 5 of the judges. I keep going. I keep backflipping. I'm spinning around. I get thrown a megaphone. I get the megaphone. I stick the landing, and into the megaphone I go, Antifa are the real fascists. Boom! 10s across the board. I win. I'm immediately executed.
Ladies and gentlemen, a perfect routine, a perfect stuck landing.
Thank you. I think the mental gymnastics have a shot this year. We'll get the gold medal.
That was intense.
It was, but I do it for my country.
And so does Q.
And with that, everyone, we're coming to the end of this half hour. We're going to be doing half-hour episodes to make sure we keep it interesting. When we get better, we'll do longer ones. But anything else you want to say, Steve, before we head out of here? Any final words?
Yeah, I do want to say just to all our listeners, we just want to take down one more sponsor. Can we all just agree that Trader Joe's is not great? Not because of all this like Trader Jose's bullshit, 2020, whatever, but much more so that Trader Joe's is basically for people who are rich enough to buy food that is already prepared and think that they're doing a great job cooking, but not rich enough to have someone else cook their meals. That's my take on Trader Joe's.
Where do you like to go grocery shopping?
I go to Aldi, man. You get everything basically at the cheapest cost possible, and you just make it yourself.
Do you know who owns Trader Joe's?
Who?
Aldi.
Fuck!
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I just fucking dunked on your ass.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well,
Yeah.
I still maintain that Trader Joe's sucks, and Aldi's the good version, and Trader Joe's like the high-end version.
I totally agree with you. I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah, well, that's devastating to me. I've lost all faith.
Yeah, me
I started
too.
doing my food shopping at CVS.
If you want to get your faith back, when you take the letters of Trader Joe's and you know what, we're gonna get going, everybody.
Jesus
we're
Christ.
gonna get going on the numerology. We're gonna solve some Trader Joe's riddles here. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
All right, bye.